we go. Now, these two screws here, you don't want to put these in yet. These are what hold the top of the PKE on, and we still have to install the electronics. So, as I mentioned on the forums, this top piece here is delicate. You want to hold on to it while you turn these. Otherwise, it will probably snap off of the turnbuckle, especially on one like this where the antennas are kind of stiff. So, now that you've got this all set up, okay, the next thing, I guess, is installing the electronics. So, the first thing that you need to do is each of these little potentiometers has a little metal tab right there. It's hard to see, but see, sideways. There you go. See that little metal tab? That needs to come off. If it's on there, then the potentiometer won't sit flat on the inside of the PKE. So you just take a pair of pliers and remove the nut from the potentiometer. And the washer. And take the pliers and just bend that little piece off. It snaps off easily. Now, do that to the other potentiometer as well. Also, no more tab. Okay. Now, one thing that you need to do here is take a bit of electrical tape and I don't have any scissors here with me, so I'll just turn this off. And you want to tape over this the head of this bolt in here. About a half an inch of tape, I guess. When you do this, make sure you do not cover the little holes to either side of the bolt, because that's how you need those to go into the little tabs to attach the top of the PKE. I'm not doing a particularly neat job here because I'm going to be disassembling this later, but you can see now that the bolt is covered. The reason that you do this is you do not want electrical contact to be made between that and these little tabs, the little gold fingers there. Alright, so once that's done, the first thing you probably want to do is take the leads for the antennas and run them out through the hole in the back. One at a time, they will both fit at once. Take your LEDs, insert them into the wings. It's a tight fit, but you can get them in there and thread them in until they reach the end. You'll want to remove the little lens on the end there, because the LED will collide with it when it comes through. And the LED may be bent slightly once it gets through, but carefully bend that back into place so it's straight, and insert it into the LED lens, and then press it back into the wing. And now do the same for the other wing. Insert into the yellow cap. Be careful with the little tabs on this yellow cap. They'll break off easily when you're inserting them in here. Squeeze them down a little bit, and they'll fit it right inside the pen. Okay, those are all set. And so the next thing you might want to do is even these out a little bit. Even out the amount of wire coming out of there. Then take your electrical tape and tape it up. I'm going to leave this on tape for the moment because I need to disassemble this again. Once you have that job completed, flip the PK back over, and this job may be made a lot easier if you disconnect the LEDs from the board here, but when you do that, make sure you pay attention to the way that these connectors are connected. All boards may not be identical, but in this particular board's case, you can see there are little silver tabs on this side. On the opposite side there aren't, so as long as you get the silver tabs facing in the right direction, in this case outwards, you'll be okay. It doesn't matter if you connect the left wing to the right wing, or the right wing to the left wing. They blink at the same time. So, alright, so after you get that done and you've reconnected them to the board, you can slip the board back in here and press it up against the top of the PKE. If you remember, there's the head of the screw there that we have taped over with the electrical tape, so electrical contact will not be made with that. The next thing that we need to do is we'll take the speed potentiometer, and if we have pressed the board into the top of the PKE while we are installing this, move this out of the way a little bit, then this should go in fairly easily, although if it does not, then you could take the board out, slip it underneath it. But I had no problem doing that. You might want to take the wire leads here and just push them down facing towards the bottom of the PKE. Then you take your washer and slip that over the potentiometer. Take a screw and slip that over. Tighten that down. And now you're all set. That's securely in place. The next thing that you want to do is take the volume control knob here, or the volume control pot, I should say. Move these other wires out of the way. Take the volume control pot, and pressing the board up into the top of the meter again, so that we have sufficient space. Insert that, and as before, face the leads towards the bottom of the PKE. That's not important for the rotation of the knob or anything. It's just makes it a little easier to fit things inside the PKE. But if those get in the way, you can always face them towards the bottom of the PKE. Actually, in the case of this node, facing them towards the bottom of the PKE is actually a better choice, so do that. That's what I'm doing here. Take the washer, slip it over, and take the nut, and slip that over on that side, and tighten it down. So once again, I've placed this in, and instead of pointing the wire leads towards the back of the PKE, I've rotated it all the way so that they're facing the bottom. I could not do that with this one because the circuit board is in the way, but here the circuit board is out of the way, so it's not an issue, and it'll be out of the way of everything else inside the PKE that way.